Right now at 10, another rash of car break-ins in Minneapolis. Their owners frustrated.
Shoot, here we go again, because it has happened before.
Then hundreds rallying in the wake of the Annunciation Church shooting, calling on lawmakers to adopt stricter gun laws. Then one of the young survivors who didn't realize he was hurt goes into surgery.
In weather, we do have some rain to watch out for tomorrow. Then comes the big cool down. I'm tracking your week ahead.
Plus one family's trip to the fair, more than just tradition.
This is the happy place, and they know it.
KARE 11 News at 10 starts now.
Dozens of vehicles across Minneapolis broken into overnight. Another wave in a crime spree that has persisted now for months. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Julie Nelson. In this latest case, police say there are 3 suspects. Tonight, Jennifer Hoff has more on where the investigation stands. Jennifer?
Julie, this time the vandals hit 3 different locations. Police employing a strategy, immediately redirecting any officer from a non-emergency situation to then flood those areas, while neighbors are now keeping watch on their own.
For Jonathan Zylstra,
Over 20 years.
Fremont Avenue
I love it here.
has been home, one he pledges to protect,
Oh, I'm watching.
keeping an eye out for the vandals who shattered the quiet South Minneapolis neighborhood last night, breaking into at least 7 vehicles here.
My neighbor below me, my roommate, and then the other 2, I know who they are.
Police saying it happened just after midnight,
I was very upset.
part of a larger crime spree that has persisted now most of summer. Hundreds of cars damaged and very few people arrested.
So we need more cops. We need more police. We need to get rid of those politicians who are not tough on crime, and we need to be tough on crime.
That vandalism stretching from Brooklyn Park to Edina,
Makes you feel unsafe a little bit, yeah.
even east of Lake Nokomis, where Judy Nelson lives.
I haven't had any problems with it at all until this thing happened with the window.
Her car also hit last night, along with 10 more there, saying it'll be next week before her window will be fixed.
You feel helpless. It's an awful feeling.
Feeling stuck to try and stop something disturbing the peace,
This is not the city I moved to.
shattering any sense of safety.
It's frustrating because people just let it happen.
Frustrating indeed. While police tell us there are 3 suspects, there is little information about them. We do know that 4 other agencies were activated last night, including airport police, even state patrol, but no arrests, Julie, have been made yet in this case.
It's so frustrating to have more than 500 vehicles that have been hit. It's such a powerless feeling. And I understand, too, that it's not even necessarily that they're taking anything out of the cars.
Yeah, that's a good point to mention. We know that in some cases they've taken registrations and license, but for the most part, it's just sort of rummaging around these vehicles, and it just, to that point, though, it makes you feel so violated, too. So,
All right. Thank you, Jennifer.
Yep.
Well, now to the latest on the shooting at Annunciation Church. Today, hundreds showed up to the state capitol urging lawmakers to pass an assault weapons ban in Minnesota. The rally was organized by several gun violence prevention groups, including Moms Demand Action and Students Demand Action. High school students from throughout the metro also spoke. They called on lawmakers to pass the assault weapons ban and establish a statewide office on violence prevention.
This shouldn't be the norm. I'm here today because I want actual change. I want the lawmakers in the Capitol building right now to understand that we, as the students, demand change.
An assault weapons ban would face opposition in the divided legislature, and the Minnesota Gun Owners Caucus has questioned whether a ban would survive a Second Amendment court challenge. In a separate march today, hundreds of people walked from the Lake Harriet Bandshell to Annunciation Church around noon. Organizers say they were calling for more gun restrictions as well, but also called it a day of unity, community, and hope. Well, a young boy who went viral for his story of survival is now recovering from surgery himself. Weston Halsney told KARE 11 his friend Victor jumped on him to shield him from gunfire, and Weston found what he believed to be gunpowder on his neck. We now know it wasn't just gunpowder. Weston was hit too and spent today at Children's to remove a bullet fragment that came dangerously close to a vital artery. Lou Raguse has more on the 10-year-old's recovery.
Hours after the horrific shooting at Annunciation Catholic Church,
it was really scary.
10-year-old Weston Halsney, along with his grandpa and his dad, returned to the police tape to share how his life was saved.
My friend Victor saved me though, because he laid on top of me but he got hit.
Your friend laid on top of you?
Yeah, and he got hit. He's really brave, and I hope he's good in the hospital.
That friend, Victor Greenewalt, is now recovering at home after 2 days in the hospital, his family says on their GoFundMe page.
I hope you're okay, and I'm praying for you.
Weston, his innocent voice resonating with so many people watching coverage of the shooting, was just 2 seats away from the windows where the gunman fired. His family thought he was completely spared.
I think I got like gunpowder on my neck.
When they did the x-ray, I was like, oh my jaw hit the floor. Like.
Weston's parents took him to the doctor as a precaution and learned that what they thought was gunpowder was actually a bullet fragment.
It traveled all the way through and stopped right before his carotid artery. So he's a very, very lucky little boy.
Grant Halsney says the fragment is actually resting on the carotid artery.
So just ran out of momentum just in time. So we're very, very thankful for that.
So Weston's return to normalcy after the shooting now takes a short detour at Children's Hospital, where a surgeon is removing the fragment in what Grant calls a delicate but low-risk surgery.
And yeah, I'm just praying for the best.
Grant says he's also still trying to process everything his son and his schoolmates have experienced.
Kids, they don't deserve to go through this. It's unthinkable.
Again, that was Lou Raguse reporting. Grant told Lou it was unbelievable when the first words his son that he heard from Weston were, "Victor saved my life. Victor saved my life." The father then added, "It's unthinkable that those words came out because they were in a church." Right now, students at many schools across the metro are preparing for their first day of school tomorrow. And as they do, district leaders and police are ramping up security. Minneapolis police have said they're increasing patrols at schools and churches to provide an extra layer of security. The extra patrols will last at least through the end of this week, and officials say they'll reassess moving forward. St. Paul police say uniformed officers and members of the fire department will be outside the city schools there this week as well.
That shows our community, hey, we're here to stand with our students. We're here to calm the angst of some of our parents. That staff are ready to go. That staff are trained and prepared.
Our team at KARE 11 has been closely monitoring all the developments from the Annunciation Church shootings. You can follow our coverage anytime on KARE11.com and on KARE 11 Plus. Tomorrow, 2 alleged accomplices in Tuesday's mass shooting in Minneapolis will face a judge for the first time. 1 person died and 6 others were hurt when a gunman opened fire in broad daylight, shooting into a crowd on a sidewalk at East 29th and Clinton outside Cristo Rey Jesuit High School. Court documents say Ray Quinn and Tiffany Martindale picked up the shooter, known to them as Bino. They say Bino had them circle the block, then got out and fired into a crowd at the intersection. Charges say the 2 then dropped Bino off in Minneapolis's north side and then were arrested in Inver Grove Heights. Police have not further identified Bino or said if he's been arrested. Tonight marks 1 year since a man drove through the crowded patio at Park Tavern in St. Louis Park, killing server Christina Folkerts and ICU coordinator Gabe Harvey and injuring a dozen more. The driver, Stephen Bailey, had a blood alcohol level more than 4 times the legal limit. He pleaded guilty this summer and is now serving a 30-year prison sentence. That crash prompted stricter consequences for repeat DWI offenders in Minnesota. Well, keep an eye on the sky tonight. You might be able to catch quite a show. The northern lights are expected to make an appearance with a strong solar storm tonight. NOAA's Space Weather Prediction Center says those northern lights could be visible much farther south tonight than normal in 18 states, reaching as far south as Iowa. Let's check in with Jamie in the backyard for details. Hey, Jamie.
Hey there. Yeah, the latest look does have it looking like, again, into about central and southern Iowa, right around there. Likely to see the northern lights on the horizon, which means there's a better chance for us, especially in northern Minnesota, to pick up a pretty good light show for tonight. Again, our overnight hours, when the sun is down, they are getting longer as we head into fall. So again, this is the time of year, and it gets better that we expect to see some better shows. Right now, satellite and radar, there is some cloud cover out there. So again, it may be hit or miss in terms of catching out any northern lights. A little bit of rain on the radar, and then watching a system that is is starting to roll in the very northwest part of the state. The almanac for today, you can see another day very close to the averages just by a degree. Record of 97 back in 1913, 1974, dipping all the way down to 36 degrees. And right now we're sitting at 70, dew point 53. So again, we are still enjoying some very seasonal and some very comfortable temperatures, but here's a big cool down. You can take a look at those daytime highs. Highs will only be in the low 60s for a number of days. We'll take a look at a warm-up trend in the 7-day forecast, along with a few rounds of showers coming up.
All right. Thank you, Jamie. Shakopee's social districts are officially open for business. Shakopee is the second Minnesota city to pilot social districts, where people can pop into a bar, get a drink, and then take that drink with them as they shop and walk around a designated part of town. In the city, one is downtown, another around Canterbury Park. The social districts will be running from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. through Halloween, then will reopen around Christmas before opening for a full season in May. Shakopee is one of 3 cities approved by the state legislature to pilot a social district. Coming up in 90 seconds, 4 generations at the state fair, one family marking what's become more than just a tradition. Plus, good news for binge watchers, why your late night TV habit could be beneficial for your health. And later in sports, linebacker Anthony Barr officially retires as a Viking after his 10-year career. Well, it's a wrap on the Great Minnesota Get-Together. The fair gates closed about an hour ago. Taking a look at yesterday's attendance numbers, more than 194,000 people passed through the fair gates. That did not break last year's record. In all, nearly 1.8 million people went to the fair this year, but that does not count the numbers from today, which will be released tomorrow. For so many, going to the fair is a tradition that spans generations. But for one family that's faced tragedy, it's that and so much more. Sammy Selena has their story.
If fair going was a competition,
Okay, I'm going to start ordering footlongs.
Bruce Montgomery
6.
would win the blue ribbon.
I'll have to carry it on.
He knows the ins and outs of the Great Minnesota Get-Together.
Couldn't be more wholesome and American than the Minnesota State Fair.
He's gained a lot of experience
He truly lights up when, especially now that he has great-grandchildren.
pushing strollers through crowds for 4 generations.
He's showing off for you.
Every year, his family reunites on the first Sunday of the fair.
Are we missing half of that? Ready? Wait, hold on. Daddy.
Emily Hennessy is the oldest of Bruce's 4 daughters.
I've been here every year of my life. And it's always, when we were kids, it was always kind of like my dad's happy place.
And their yearly tradition is to take a picture with Dad.
But everybody's happy. It's right there.
But their family outgrew that photo booth
Little kids up first. Honey, Gracie.
and upgraded to a bench. That still can't even hold half of their party.
My daughter Anna said, if you don't have food in both hands, you're not at the fair. Anna was my little mini-me. Gracie was the joker. This is my favorite picture that sits on my desk. I got all State Fair t-shirts one year. So there's all the... Oh. How I deal with it is I don't deal with it. And when I got to deal with it, it just breaks my heart.
In 2015, his daughter, Grace Ann, was murdered by her boyfriend.
So there's Anna and Gracie. I just can't handle it sometimes,
Yeah, these are our 2 sisters.
His daughter, Anna Jane, died 3 years after her sister Grace from a double pulmonary embolism. They were both 36 years old.
You get over it, but you obviously never get over it. How can you? All right, let's talk about the fair. They loved going to the fair,
And that love isn't dampened by the pain that lives here, too.
It's a good place to be.
Ethan Peters is Anna's son. He misses his mother and aunt, but knows they would have wanted the happy get-together to continue.
It's a way to celebrate their memory. If I can do that and stuff myself full of cheese curds, then I'm not too upset.
So much of Anna and Grace are on these grounds. Their families believe they're eating cheese curds and corn dogs with the angels.
They're fair lovers too. I think I made them into fair lovers too.
New memories with new generations will be made.
Daddy, I told him how you used to make us share milk.
Old ones treasured.
Of course we share milk.
So gross.
And for the Montgomerys, the fair will always be a place of reunion.
There will never be a time that I ever in my life will come to the fair again that I don't think of my sisters.
Sammy Solina.
This is the happy place.
KARE 11 News.
And they know it.
Well, the fair wrapping up today and school starting for a lot of kids tomorrow, Jamie.
Yes, yes. I think that's what a lot of, that's the whole unofficial end of summer. And it really feels like it when you're headed back to school. Then in a matter of a day or two, it'll also feel like it when we talk about the weather. But there's your bus stop forecast tomorrow. And again, concerns are we're going to have some showers, even some heavy showers moving through during that time frame, 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be hit or miss, but nonetheless, you want to be ready for it. Temperatures aren't looking too bad there, so make sure they have the rain gear. And then they're going to want to bundle up a little bit more as you get into Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, all the way to Friday morning. They're low temperatures, mid-40s to about 50 degrees. So again, now we're going to be opting for maybe an extra layer, maybe just a heavier layer. Right now, though, temperatures, it's absolutely beautiful outside. Another one of these very comfortable, very pleasant evenings. The cold air is stored up just to our north right now. Well, yesterday we were watching those 40s and 50s. They're way up in northern Canada. A little bit closer now. They're making their way here, and we're going to have this cold front coming through Tuesday and into Wednesday morning, and then that cold air comes in right behind. There's also rain with this front as well. And then this area, low pressure, more or less just kind of parks itself right around north of the Great Lakes region. It'll meander a little bit. It's really not expected to make any sort of significant move to the east till Saturday, and that's why that cold trend or chilly trend, if you will, sticks around so long. So we're going to just continue to pump cooler air into the region. We're also going to see a few waves of stronger energy come through. And right now it looks like it'll match up with Thursday late into Friday morning that we'll have another good wave of rain coming through. There are going to be some hit or miss showers on Wednesday, but it's really hit or miss. I think Thursday night into Friday morning is probably the next time, beyond tomorrow morning. Right now, though, watching a couple of storms up there in far northwestern Minnesota, but they are going to make their way to that southeast direction. So here we go. Tomorrow morning, again, bus stop forecast. Hit or miss with these showers. And again, some may be a little strong from time to time. It will take us into the middle of the morning and then start to clear out as you get into the early part of your afternoon. And that second wave's coming through. And here comes our cold front. This one, a little more of a line of broken, isolated rainfall, a few rumbles of thunder, even a couple of good wind gusts, certainly a possibility. But this is late afternoon, early evening hours, and then starting to clear out later on into the evening. And then you can see for Wednesday, again, still maybe a hit or miss shower wrapping around the low. I think, though, we're really going to be focused on that Thursday night into Friday morning time frame, when we have, again, a good chance at some showers coming through here. It drops off for the weekend, and then we're watching Monday into Tuesday of next week, some energy coming our way. Still a number of days for that. But again, focus on Thursday night beyond what we have for tomorrow. Here's the good news, though. Your 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, there you go. Those above normal temperatures starting to make their way in here. So I think the later part of next week is when we finally get back to something a little closer to normal. But you can see that cold air starting to make its way in tomorrow. Enjoy a lot of 70s for tomorrow. As we turn the page to Wednesday, and we start to see the 50s and 60s all over the place, and some pretty good wind to go along with it. A hit or miss shower there on Wednesday. Thursday feels like October. Mainly dry Friday morning again. Late night Thursday into Friday, and then it's just a steady warm up across the weekend and into early next week.